Greetings, welcome back. Bring you in now because it's pretty close to Blood Moon when I logged off last, if I remember correctly. So I don't want to fiddle with the times and yada yada yada. If I remember right, I'm pretty set up. I've been tied up with other things for the last several days. I'd expected to do this the very next day, but you know how things happen. And let's see here. Should be coming in any moment now. I might do a live stream of this, but I've had issues with my live streams in the past, not really looking like they're setting out the resolution I think they should. And we are set up. I built the base. It's a very basic base. I'd gone bolt traders, used the material, I'm calling them material vending machines, to get everything put together. Hopefully we will pick up a wrench or something like that during Horde night. Oh, we got plenty of time. So let's go ahead and do a quick check. So yeah, there's some pretty heavy duty concrete. I am going to change something here. This is just something I do. It seems to keep the zombies from tearing these builds down when I do them this way, if they have a couple other access points. Now we are going to primarily do this as a melee base. I have a couple extra spears. We have a little bit of 7.62 ammo because, of course, halfway through my build, we got hit by a mob. And I've got a bunch of other stuff thrown in the boxes. Hopefully they're not going to get damaged. I'm hoping they're far enough away that they won't get aggro put on them. I really should have thrown some stuff in these boxes, but it's a little late now. So what I was talking about is on the 7 Days to Die mod, you have the book vending machine and resource vending machine. Got the concrete stuff from there. Stocked up on that stuff, and as you can see, we still have a little bit left over. And we've got enough of that. I grabbed this just for one more thing. And then I made that low grade scrap hammer. Durability 112. I'm gonna go ahead and make one more of these 82s, and we'll craft up a couple more as backups. Throw these, actually, that one there, that one there. I believe yeah, that's a little ways out there. We'll hit that after Horde night. Let's go ahead and just get some more arrows, just in case we have to protect ourselves from a couple more birds. I should have put some wooden spikes up here to help us with the bird situation. But I'm not sure how heavy it's going to come in on this day. And like usual, the hardest part of all of it. Let's see. Ooh, reload that one. Reload the pistol. And get an arrow in the bow. Okay. And we should be pretty well set. Those guys, we're just going to shoot down. Now, needless to say, if we had a better spear, we'd be doing better. I'm doing more damage to structure than they are. That's not good. That one is broke, so we go up to this one. I knew we were going to have at least go through at least one spear, but it looks like we're going to probably go through 2 or 3 of them. Which one is the spear again? I thought. And we've got to go through the second spear. We're just gonna go now. Ah, he's not dead. Alright, I do believe we were efficient and got through all the waves. Let's go ahead and get all of this. Do we have paper? Yeah, we've got the stuff we need. Alright. Now, go around. So, got several books, a little bit of foodstuffs, nothing of real big interest, which is no big surprise since we're only level 29 on loot stage. Alright, we got an upgrade to doors. Okay, so we got some interior door type stuff. Nothing of huge import there. Forge ahead. We got the workbench. And the dew collector. Alright, we got it. Some good stuff, and I found that we needed for the leather. I'll point out where that is here in a minute. That stuff's going to be a little while longer. Not too worried about that. Vehicles, I'm not too big. Vehicles. Okay, we do have one of the bikes, which will be nice. But we're not set up really. We're going to do our base first. Workstations, we looked at that. Electrical. Alright. We're pretty far along on that stuff. Traps, we're lagging behind very seriously. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. Alright. Yeah, we don't have the right cement for that. I'm not going to worry too much. Did they go and bang on my base at all? I don't see them banging on this at all. Nice. Now, I was originally going to go with pure cobblestone, but then I've got that concrete mix. And I did that with leaving myself a little bit for repairs. But yeah, that was, besides the levels, that was not a very large payday for Horde Night. I would have liked a lot more than that. I'm going to go over that kind of stuff later. So what my primary thing to do here is I want to switch that up. I really do need to go through all of this and organize it, but I really want to go and get a permanent base set up somewhere first. And work on... Oh, can't do that yet. It's still technically Horde Night. I'm just going to jump in the Horde base real quick, step away for a moment. And I'll be right back. So the things we need really bad right now are a wrench would come in handy. Alright. So we're gonna put that up over here. We need to get the other one. And if I remember right, yeah, we can't leave it. Modify this, take that off, modify, throw that on there. I'm just going to scrap that one. We're going to go back by our boxes, get rid of a couple things. Alright. Let's see if he's got what we need.
Good morning, my ass. Take a look, but don't expect me to hold your hand through it.
We don't have much money. He's probably going to want more money than we have for it anyways.
You're getting on my nerves, friend. That would be nice, but we're nowhere near that level yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. So we could make the mini bike with all the parts. We could make all the parts and stuff for the mini bike. I think we can do some of this, but we need forged steel and a bunch of other things we don't have. So, let's go and chase down I'm going to just put the leather away for now. I want this, and we're going to put these two away. 7. All right. Actually, okay, guess not. I thought these would have reloaded. We're going to make our way out to this drop. And then go to the other trader, which I don't think is going to have it. And if he does, he's not going to give it to us anyways. I'm going to start doing some scrounging. Some serious scrounging to try to find a wrench to start tearing apart some cars. Empty. getting into uncharted territory, so most of these vehicles should be untouched. Oh boy! There's a bunch of them under that bridge. Where's it at? There you are. Oh, another snake. Alright. We got a lot of meat sitting in packaging. I'm not going to worry about getting that stuff up. I'd like to get a set of wheels here pretty soon. And I forget what we're short on for our campfire. I think it's a grill, but we might have the grill and not. Uh-oh. I did goof. Well, that just got us a bunch of cash. Not necessarily what I was after. Okay. What was that? The rogue outfit. Bump and sneak. Not really what I'm after. But we are starting to get armor and loot now that we hit level 30. Okay, so there are a couple of class stuff we could put points into that will help us get more books. We want salvage. But we can't get this yet, which is the stuff we really want. That's the technician skill tree. What do we need? You have to build the mini bike. Okay. So what I'm thinking about doing is just going to go over real quick like loot all the vehicles. And look for the POIs that are mechanically oriented. Now, from what I remember, we already looted that one. Yep. That is not something we're ready to tangle with. We'll do that gas station. Yeah. It's not going to give it to us with the axe. Used to be you could use the axe on that and get polymers, if not a wheel. That's definitely been changed. So let's see if we can get a wrench in here.
yeah, if we could tear this place apart, that'd be some really good loot. Any others? No other books on us. Alright. That's the entry. Okay. Been quite a while since I've done this one. Actually, second thoughts is a no-go. That's too high. If I had the iron spear, wooden bow, and some other types of things like that, yeah, we would do it. Okay, let's see what we can get. So this is our duplicate station. Repairs and stuff like that. Yeah, I pretty much worked it already. Resources. No. So all this stuff is usable by us. That's why I'm not in a huge rush to go and get as much as we can on some things. Hunter's Journal 3. Nope. Not high on my priority.
Drink all the coffee, I'll kill you. Unless you're paying, you're leaving.
No sell plays. First ice. Okay.
You cheap ass son of a bitch. That's all you're gonna buy?
So what my thoughts are now is clear some of these guys out. I think we searched these. Yeah, we went through those. Okay, so... Alright, we got nothing on the radar. So looking at this, we still got a pretty good amount of town left. And I think there'd be a class trader somewhere in here. And class traders have vending machines that sell class-specific items. And I want to set up my base close to one of those kind of facilities. So let's go over here and around. That didn't register. There we go. The other things I'm kind of looking for are lower tiered POIs that will possibly have a wrench. This is definitely lower tiered than the one we were looking at earlier. Yeah. Vast majority of this stuff, of course, is not going to be anything useful. It's just those one or two things that we can get out of this stuff. Okay. We need that wrench. All the computers, all I'm seeing is stuff that we could wrench down. it worth it? Nope, it wasn't worth it. Shouldn't have been a surprise there. I was surprised that vulture didn't come after us. And this is where it's going to get interesting. Oh, there you are, stuck in the floor. It's like I could hear him, but I couldn't find him. All right. Nope. Rounding hammer is going to be nice. That's nice. And a wheel. Oh, we don't need a wheel yet. Okay. We do have multiples. Yes, we do. Thank you. Get us a little bit more of that. Assassin boots. They pay. We're not going to sell them. Okay. I don't feel like shoveling. And nothing over here. Alright. Oh, blueprint paper. And we didn't check. Nope, that box, set of boxes aren't going to give us anything. Okay. So we did get at least one item out of here of decent value. And I think because we're using the axe is why we're not getting anything out of those. I think if we're using some kind of tool, it would be we'd be better off. All right. There's a decent loot in there. But it being worth that run, I'm not sure. It looks like some of these mailboxes, I think we've already hit that one once. I'm not seeing anything on the shelves there. We have been here before. Or one of these types in the past. Medium armor's gone up. All right. Okay. Yeah, this POI has not respawned. We are pretty laden down. So let's just start heading back towards base. And I know unless we get a mission for it, that POI is definitely not respawned. So we did that just prior to setting up for the Horde. Yeah. What I'm going to do is off camera I'm going to spend day 9 because it's also getting late in the day. Did these replenish? No. I'm going to spend the day 9 just riding around the town, looking for that class trader and looting things that might drop what we're looking for, and I'll probably end up, because knowing me, I'm going to loot way too much and be over full. So let's get into here. All right. You know what? Let's go this route and just start dumping things off. We are going to go and get rid of some items. Alright, we need to go and put that in the work table or scrapping area. Alright, so this is one of the items I'm missing. This is another item that we're going to go and bump up a little bit. Shovel, I'm not worried about. And I'm going to have to go back through. We're not going to do that. Yeah, we'll sell that. Sell that. Throw that in there. Alright. Let's go in, see what we got going. Now, I have heard there's ways to load these up with some stuff and you can make some stupid money. I don't know it. Alright. This iron, scrap 11. Yeah, those are dude coins. We're not going to do those. That's definitely not a rounding hammer. That's not a rounding hammer. That doesn't need a rounding hammer. Boom, repaired. That's not the rounding hammer. I don't know why I could check the chem station. No rounding hammer there. Rounding hammer, I think. Yeah. That's for the tools. And we've got a while before we can do any of that. Ammo, we already had some stuff in there. Different type of hammer. Oh, we needed to put the legendary part somewhere. Let's get this stuff down.
And this is what we use for leather.
Happy hour ain't. Make up your mind or make your way out.
Alright, that got us a decent amount of cash. Another scan.
No refunds. Deal's done. Now beat it, fucker.
Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. Got a decent little mob on the side of the building there. And like I said before, I really need to go through my boxes and organize them. Alright, we don't have any, so we'll throw that there. There's the fabric. And I've been an idiot for quite a while. Because we are not even carrying our pistol, but we're carrying the ammo. And I'm seeing nowhere to put that down. Alright. So we do not have a grill. A cooking grill yet. Alright. We're not going to mess with any of that. Yeah, we've got no tent. That's only 5. We're going to go ahead and grab the apples. The cornbread. And potatoes. Do we still have people over here? Not that I'm seeing. So, this... use up all this.
water. That'll get us pretty close to being filled up. And I'm not worried about leaving that stuff in here. God, that guy looks like he's inside, but he's not. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, park it in here, and do some... Oh, wrong button. Cleaning up. Alright, I see nothing else in that. Alright, technician. We have to make the mini bike. Alright, so the chassis. I might go through and get this stuff done. On tomorrow. Get ourselves a little mini bike going. Because that will open up technician. That'll allow us to start putting stuff into here. Actually, no, we could get this one without it. We do need salvage tools, things of that nature. We're going to go ahead and get I don't think I want to mess with this though. No, I don't want to look at the primitive. Light armor's up to 75, medium's armor 50, and 75. Okay. I think what we're waiting on. See, I would like to get the preacher gloves, but I think we need the armor crafting kits again. Because this gives us...
we deal more damage to undead. That's not what I'm really looking for. Salvage? No. It's not survivalist. It's not ranger. Is it looter? No. It's a medium armor, I remember that much. Scavenger? I think that's it. Scavenger. Oh, we don't have this yet because we don't have the medium armor stuff. It gives us deep pockets. Alright. I believe... medium armor. Perk W. It's the ranger class. We just have to put a point in this. By gosh, we shall. Because now we can make this. That'll give us more carrying capacity. Which I'm more inclined for. So we want the hat and the chest piece. But we're going to start working on that tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and end this one now, and we'll catch up after I got a bunch of this stuff done. You don't need to see me scrounging all this stuff up. Catch y'all later.